If you use Spire Canadian Payroll to pay employees, then regular remittance to the Canada Revenue Agency is required for tax withholdings. A Remit Source Deductions process is in place to calculate the amounts and create a check for CRA, with the ability to inquire on past remittances. Before the first remittance is created, there are some setup configurations to do in Company Settings and the Payroll section. Ensure your company payroll account number is present. You need to select the frequency for remitting payment to the CRA, either monthly, quarterly, or twice or 4 times a month, which you enter based on the CRA requirement for your average monthly withholding amount. This selection generates the next date when creating remittances. You also need to set the vendor code that has been defined for the CRA for the purpose of creating and storing the payment. When you're ready to create the remittance, from the Payroll top menu, choose Remit Source Deductions, which will open a new window if user security allows you access to this function. A list of previous remittances will be listed here, if any have been done. If a saved remittance has not yet been posted, you can edit or delete it, or otherwise a new remittance can be created. Each remittance requires the last payroll timecard date for your reporting period, based on remittance frequency, which could cover multiple payroll timecard periods. For remittances after your first one, this date will be automatically calculated for you based on the previous remittance and frequency. The CRA vendor code set in Company Settings will be selected here. Amounts for this remittance period are determined from the Calculate button. Totals for employee gross payroll and withheld amount are inserted and can be edited for corrections if necessary. The due date is determined based on the CRA rules for the selected remittance frequency. You can open the Details tab to show individual employee amounts, for display only and no editing. A remittance can be saved if you want to keep entry progress but are not yet ready to post. Reports are available to print either the summary or detail amounts of the remittance prior to posting. When all information is complete and correct, you can post to create the vendor invoice and the associated GL transaction, which will debit the withholding accounts and credit accounts payable. Commit this transaction by clicking OK. Following this, you can immediately create a payment transaction to the CRA vendor, or do it later. Choosing Yes will open the standard Accounts Payable Payment Transaction window, with the payment date and amount already filled in and linked to the vendor invoice that was just posted. Ensure that a check is selected to print, and then you can post the payment to generate the GL transaction and print the check. After posting, the remittance transaction will have most fields no longer editable. You may want to use the Mark Remitted button to insert today's date into the remitted date field to track when it was sent. After you close this window, the remittance will remain available for inquiry, where now all fields are no longer editable, including the date fields. If you would like more information about Spire Accounting, access the link in the description below to our homepage. Read the online manual help for additional assistance. Watch more videos from this playlist, and subscribe to the Spire YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.